Joining us now is a three-time winner. He's won them 3 times in a row. He won the 33rd annual Lucas Oil Chili Bowl Midget Nationals last weekend. You watched it live on RacinBoys. Christopher Bell joins us now. Christopher, how you doing?
Doing awesome. How are you?
Well, I bet you're doing awesome, man. How does it feel? Have you come down out of the clouds yet? Because, man, what a great victory that you had, picking up that win with just a couple laps to go. Have you come down out of the clouds yet?
Man, I honestly I don't think so.
Yeah.
That right there was probably one of the most exciting wins I've ever had in my life. To be able to pull it off in an event like the Chili Bowl on a last lap pass is something that I definitely won't forget, and it'll probably be my P1 for a long time.
Yeah, let me ask you about those last couple laps there. You were over a second behind with, I think, a couple laps to go. Where did you make your gains, and how did you make up that second? Where's your feelings out on how you were able to close the gap there so quickly in those last couple laps?
Well, Kyle was running top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4. That's pretty much where he had been the last half of the race, and I had pretty much committed myself to top both ends. And I felt like I was okay in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, Kyle would kind of get away from me a little bit on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So, we were kind of maintaining. He might have been a little bit better, and then I think I saw the 5 to go signal, and I decided to, just go bottom.
Christopher, there's been a lot of fodder, people talking about the length of time it took to get everything going. And I always say this, and I'd like to know your opinion on it, but I always say that I would rather take the time to give the fans a good track that we can see a good race on than try to hurry up the show to get everybody home because it's getting late and then have a crappy track. I got to feel that the racetrack was good Saturday night. Just talk about your thoughts of that. Wouldn't you rather them take the extra time and be there a little bit later to have a racing track than go out and have one where you got to putt around the bottom or rubber up?
Yeah, absolutely. It always scares me whenever they put a schedule out with, timestamps on each feature.
Yep.
Nobody in 5 years, nobody's going to remember that Chili Bowl 2019 checkered at midnight. They're going to remember that there was a last lap pass.
Right.
So, ultimately the racing product, that's what's going to bring people back. So that's the most important piece of the puzzle.
Before we let you go, Chris, we're going to talk about your Xfinity season coming up. Man, I'm just going to say it. I was real disappointed that you weren't going to make the transition to Cup this year. I'm not sure how you feel about it. I understand that you're going to do whatever the team thinks is best for you and make the best opportunities for you when you do get to Cup. But I'm sure you've got to be thinking, man, I can't wait to get up there, not only race against Kyle Larson, but all the other great drivers at the Cup level. But especially with Kyle, because you got that the fans love to see you two race each other. I think it's going to be great for NASCAR. How disappointed were you that you didn't get to go to Cup full time this year?
Man, honestly, obviously you want to get to the top level of NASCAR, and
Yep.
you want to be there and make a name for yourself there. But the more that I sit back and process, where my career has led me and where I'm at today, and I honestly I'm really happy with where I'm at. I get to make a really good living driving race cars for a living.
Yeah.
I get to compete at one of the top levels in NASCAR for arguably one of the best team in the series. So every time I get in my car, I know that I'm going to be competing for a win. And on top of that, I get